What is up, my beautiful nerds? Welcome back to Kitsun-Eh. It's been a long time. I basically took the year off of conventions, just kind of needing to, mostly for financial reasons. Because if you have spent the better part of a decade as a convention goer, you have charged up a credit card or two, and you're eventually going to need to stop entirely and pay it back a bit. Advice for my younger cosplayer friends: be leery of those credit cards. That interest will kill you. But as you can see, I am back, and I've actually decided to take things in a different direction. I was always planning on this whole thing being some big team of collaborators and whatnot, but I realized, to get things going, you're gonna have to just kind of buckle down and do it yourself. And so going forward here on Kitsun-Eh, it's gonna be about me. It's going to be about what I am into. If you follow me on social media, you may have noticed I've already started posting stuff that's not really cosplay related, because in the interim of not attending conventions or doing as much cosplay stuff, I still was very active with photography and videography, just kind of more in a modeling glamour sense. That all comes from the fact that my photography teacher is a established glamour photographer, and so it's just kind of what I was around. But it's been a great experience, and I've definitely learned so much, and I think like the quality of my stuff is gonna go up a lot, and you guys are gonna notice and appreciate things a lot more. I definitely appreciate my own work a lot more. I mean, even just looking at my own monitor right now, this is actually one of the better looking vlogs I've ever shot, and I'm like just getting started. It's because I actually have lighting, stuff I've invested in over this year. And like I said, with that, I'm excited to get back into things. But I'm excited to get back to this side of things, talking about anime and cosplay. I miss it so much. I miss being around the scene, but like I said, I just did need that year off to recuperate a bit. But on that note, I kind of have a little bit of a story. So I found myself in Toronto. I was going to be visiting friends, and sadly, I basically got on the train into Toronto, disembarked the train at Union Station. As I'm walking out, my friend messaged me to say they have to cancel plans. Completely understandable stuff. But there I was in Toronto with no plans or purpose for being there. So, just spur of the moment, I thought I would go do something I hadn't done in years. I literally just walked down to Spadina Street, which is the Chinatown in Toronto, and I went to a store that I used to frequent called Anime Extreme. It's there on Spadina, and they set up at conventions and stuff too, but I went in there, and it's just this fun little store. It is so small, but they have packed it to the brim with just everything an otaku can want. When I used to go there, they used to have a full case display set up, and it was a Saint Seiya diorama, complete with Athena in the center and then the 12 gold saints flanking her. It was just, oh, so beautiful. That's one of my favorite animes, and I just love that, like, the people who own the store were also fans and, like, took up so much of their own retail space to set this up. It was just a place that you knew you were in like-minded people were there. But since I was there, I had to buy myself some stuff. So we'll do like the mini haul here. It's two things, but I'll show you anyway. So this is the first thing I got. You can see there. This is a figure of Whitebeard's grave from One Piece. I absolutely fell in love with the Whitebeard character, especially when you got just that little snippet of his backstory and finding out what his motivation is. But yeah, I actually love these. These are, there's a few of these ones. You can actually get a set of these, and it comes with Ace's headstone. One Piece figures have been amazing. I actually have, up here on the shelf, I have 3 of the small ship series. I have Whitebeard, Shanks, and Boa. Yes, Boa, the one pulled by the 2 giant snakes. But yeah, I've been loving collecting One Piece figures, and surprisingly, my favorite ones are not so much character ones, but scenery ones. There's this one that I saw and immediately loved, but one I am dying to get still is from the Portrait of Pirate series, and it's the moment Shanks gives Luffy the hat. You can kind of see it's like the hat's kind of smushing his face and like to cover him crying, and oh, I want that one so bad, but I haven't found it anywhere yet. That's gonna be a fun mission. I haven't had a good like merch mission at a convention for a long time, so I'm excited to do that one. I want that one. And but yeah, that one's great. And I also spotted this little beauty. This is just, if you know me and if the hat is any indication, it won't surprise you that I got this. The swordfish. Yes, this is actually a die-cast model. I was surprised. I didn't know they would have made this like in a pre-built kind of thing. But yeah, you can see it's a solid die-cast model, and it's got like a little spike in the cockpit. I haven't opened this yet because I don't have a place to put it. This was such an impulse purchase. No, that'll look great. I love the swordfish. It is basically, Cowboy Bebop, of course, is one of my favorite animes, but I love that the swordfish and Spike are just so great together because it the way that like the cockpit is set up, it looks, you sit in it more like a motorcycle. So they're really kind of blending, or incorporating rather, the cowboy mythos, but they're talking more about like the steel horse cowboy mythos, like more like Spike is like a free biker type as opposed to like an actual like Old West cowboy. It's actually kind of a mix because yeah, he's a bounty hunter, but there's also set in the future. So I think it's a good blend of that. And so the swordfish is kind of like this symbol of who Spike is. And also, if you've seen that show, you know, you've seen Jet and Faye's aircraft, and they're very emblematic of who they are as characters. Like, Jet is the Hammerhead, and it's more equipped with work type stuff like cranes and attaching claws, and it's way more solid and burly like Jet himself. And so, yeah, just kind of a thing I always loved about that show is like through the music to the mechanical designs, everything was kind of always background to the characters, and that's why that show still holds up nearly 20 years later or more than 20 years later. Good God, that show's from 1995. I am so old. Oh guys, I am so old. That's alright though. I'm like this sage otaku, and you know what, that's kind of always gone with my personality anyway. I like it very much. But yes, so yeah, the ramblings are kind of just happening, but that's okay. That's me. And apparently I'm vlogging now, so that's what vlogs are. But yeah, I'm excited to be back and doing things and sharing more of myself and what I do. Like, if you go to the website right now, you'll see something I shot that was just kind of spontaneous. I got together with one of my friends who I know through photography, a lovely young lady named Michaela, who is a model and entrepreneur, and for somebody so young, you just cannot appreciate the hustle enough. Like, she in this past year has just astounded me with how hard she works and is like trying to make the best life she can for herself and for her family. And so I did this video with her, and it was with a couple of my photography friends too. We kind of pooled our lighting and we gave like this shot, like this really cinematic lighting. It looks super cool. And we shot in the Screaming Tunnel, which is a historic tunnel in Niagara Falls that has this ghost story associated with it, where apparently if you light a match in the tunnel, it will be blown out and you will hear a young girl screaming. We did not tempt the spirits on that one. We just went there and shot video, and the spirits seemed to be cool with it, so it went well. It went well, and I really do like how the video turned out, and I'm hoping like that is like the bar for what my video content's going to be like in the future. And speaking of content in the future, I'm just always going to be trying to get people involved. Basically doing like cosplay stuff is like the only collaborative work I'm going to be doing. Any other photography or videography work I do is going to be commercial and kind of, you know, is either going to be reinvested in this or is, you know, going to be part of my profession. Because yeah, that is kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be a professional videographer, photographer, and content maker. Anyway, yes, I'm excited to be back and doing stuff and sharing more, and I can't wait to be talking about anime. And the other big thing that's going to be coming is I'm definitely getting the podcast going again. In fact, not just one. There's actually going to be one that's anime-centric, and one that I'm going to get talking with my photographer and model friends, because that has been a big part of my life for the past couple years, and I've never really talked about it, and there's a lot of great stories there that I want to share. So stay tuned for that. If you're new to this, please follow and subscribe, and definitely let me know what you guys are into. I've kind of still been in my own little bubble anime-wise. What shows are people watching right now? I've been really into Dr. Stone is a show that I think I'm going to do a whole thing about. I think that's definitely the standout right now. The new season of Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon was nothing brilliant, but was glad to see it back. And also, there's a lot to talk about with Fire Force, although I think it's more events have people talking about it more than they would have, but I still think it was a cool show to talk about, and there's a lot aesthetics-wise to talk about there. But yeah, let me know what you guys are into right now. Maybe I can check it out and talk about it. And just thank you to anybody who has supported or commented with this very sporadic thing. Ever since I launched this new brand, it's been super sporadic, and it's all been personal stuff. But I am trying to get back, and excited. I'm actually excited to be doing this again. So thank you so much to everybody for watching, and I will see you soon.